Hey there, it's Brittany and I'm back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be using these awesome gemstone cubes from Beauty and the Bead Shop. Hello, this is one of my favorite shapes and I can't wait to make a necklace. I think we're going to do like not a faux illusion necklace, but like a take on an illusion necklace. But aren't these gorgeous? I'm going to go through which ones I got from them. I don't know what colors we're going to use yet, but I wanted to show you which ones I really liked. So Smoky Quartz is the first one that I'm picking up. I love Smoky Quartz so much and I haven't used it lately. So I don't know if that's what we're going to be doing today. It looks black on the camera, but it actually is translucent and it's dark brown gray. It's so gorgeous. Got a really dark, rich amethyst. Look how purple that is. Sometimes amethyst can be kind of washed out, but this is like super pretty. Then we have a really bright blue lapis. Sometimes lapis can be pretty dark, but this one's really bright and gorgeous and uplifting. That's what I think it's like. It's not like sunshine because it's blue, but it's like very sunny to me. Red Jasper, which is one of my favorite stones because I love that terracotta red. Then I got some tiger eye. I don't usually use tiger eye that much, but I really loved these. This one's golden. It's like a yellow. Look how pretty that is. And look at the chatoyancy in there. It's so gorgeous. Oh, I want to eat them. Then I got this tiger eye, which is golden and blue tiger eye. So it's like a mix of the two colors. Super, super duper gorgeous. Again, really chatoyant. Then I got rutilated quartz. I love the inclusions in these. These would look really good with the smoky quartz. It would look really good with quartz coins. Maybe we'll do, I don't know. I'm going between the tiger eye and the quartz today. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to do yet. But look at this rutilated quartz. It's so, so pretty. And of course, I'll leave links to everything that I'm showing. And they have a good coupon code. If you haven't ordered from Beauty and the Bead Shop, you can use coupon code discount 30 up to twice. So that's the time to get these cool gemstone beads. Look at those. And then we've got green. This is jade nephrite. It's dyed. It's a beautiful olivine green. So pretty. That's actually really pretty with the rutilated quartz and the smoky quartz. Like those three together is super gorgeous. This green's also going to go really well with the two tiger eye. Really pretty. Of course, I got African turquoise jasper. I actually got 2 strands of that. It's like killing me not to make every necklace turquoise. If you don't mind that, put that in the comments. If you just want to see me use turquoise, that'd be great because I just want to make turquoise things all the time. But look at these two together. And then I also got picture jasper, which these 3 together are my favorite combo. Oh my gosh. So I might make another necklace out of these 3. I don't know. I think, oh gosh, they're so pretty together. But I'm going to kind of figure out which way I'm going and then we'll be back with the tutorial. Okay, so I got a couple things out. I did a couple combinations, and I also forgot to show you, I also got a carnelian strand, so yummy. Just wanted to throw that in there. But so I got 3 different types of string material. I got the Beadalon in silver. I have this champagne soft flex, and I have the Supplemax. This one's 0.25 millimeter or 0.01 inches. This would be if you wanted to use make an actual illusion necklace, and I actually think that this monofilament's a little too thin for what I want to do, and I don't see my thicker one, so I don't think we're going to do monofilament today. Maybe we'll do a future one. So I put out 3 different variations of how I'd like to do this necklace. Of course, they have the red jasper, picture jasper, African turquoise jasper. Then I put together that golden tiger eye, turquoise jasper, and the jade. And I actually really love this combination, these 3. And then I pulled out the rutilated quartz, the smoky quartz, and then some crystal quartz coins from Beauty and the Bead Shop. And I also have these quartz, smoky quartz nuggets from Beauty and the Bead Shop. I really want to do this one. I really want to do this one. But I thought I'd show you some other really fun mixes. And I actually still have some like hearts in the picture jasper. So maybe I'll try and get those in. I don't know. I really want more African turquoise jasper in here. And I have those from Beauty and the Bead Shop. I also have like these gold spacers from Beauty and the Bead. I have other spacers from Beauty and the Bead, so I have a lot to choose from. I think I hate it that I just really want to do this color combo. I think we're going with this one today. This one's a close second. I think this would look really cute with like the silver. So we're gonna put these off to the side. These are the colors I'm gonna go with. And then I'm gonna go with this champagne soft flex. I don't have any gold wire at the moment. I need to hit up Beadalon and Soft Flex like, hey, can you guys send me some? Because I use this stuff in everything I do, so it adds up, right? All right, so I'm going to, there's 10 feet on here. I want to have 5 strands. The longest probably being, let me kind of measure it on my neck right now. I think we'll do the longest at 24 inches, and then we'll go down about a 1/2 inch or maybe 3/4 of an inch for each strand. Unfortunately, this has a big kink in it, so I'm going to have to make sure that that's where a bead goes. This is, I think probably a bead board would be very beneficial here. I might go grab one, but I'm going to cut off 2 feet here. 1, and 2. And then I'm going to go get a bead board, and then we're going to figure out our patterns. Okay, we will also be using a lot of crimp beads. I'm going to use some lesser expensive crimp beads. I have all of mine laid out in here. I have a lot of these. These are older, and they don't need to hold a crimp in that it's not holding the weight of the necklace. It's just to keep beads in place, and that's going to be a little bit easier on the crimp than, let's say, if we're holding a 15-pound necklace. So I'm going to put out some beads here. And then I will open up my strands. I love these colors. We know that. And then I might work in a couple of these rounds and a couple of the hearts, but I'm not sure on that. So I'll just kind of get them out for now. And then I might work in, I don't know, crystal or 2. And I have some other spacers. Okay, so I found these little rondelle crystals in my stash. So I'm just gonna, a little bit of brown, I'm gonna add those in for a little bit of sparkle in case we need it. All right, so I'm going to design my first strand. It's a little bit longer. And I'm just gonna randomly kind of place the first color. Now, just a reminder, we're going to be using gold crimp beads, so I don't need a whole lot of the gold otherwise, because you're going to see that every time, every step of the necklace where we're crimping. So let's see, actually I want that around there. And I'm leaving so many big gaps because that's where you're going to see the wire between each piece. Okay. All right, so that's our first strand-ish, and I'll probably end up adding a few more beads. Next, we're gonna go another strand, and it's not like each one needs its own moment because they're going to be kind of overlapping each other a little bit. So the full effect is just gonna be layered beads, right? So we're not really looking at each one individually. So maybe, so I think this second one I'm just gonna do cubes. And then maybe the next one I'm gonna do a little bit more of the rounds. Okay, and then, so then this one we're probably gonna do more rounds. And I'll probably spread these out a little bit more. I'm just trying to get them on the board. And then a couple more of these. So there's our first 3 strands. I want 5, and this board only has 3 in the thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with the first one, stringing. So I'm gonna put well, I actually don't really need a bead stopper. All right, I'm gonna put a bunch of these, and I have a little pocket here. Okay, so I see that this bead is the center of this necklace. So I'm gonna put on my little spacer. I'm gonna put on my round and then my spacer. Line up these ends and move that down to the middle of the necklace. Actually, I'm gonna put a crimp on either side. And we'll just be flat crimping these. We don't need to squish any other way other than flat. So I've lined these up and I've brought that down to the middle. I'm gonna grab my crimping pliers. Want those to stay in place. And, oh, that's not my crimping pliers. Where are my crimping pliers? Here they are. And we're gonna squish one side, come here and squish the other side. So now that bead's stationary. That's always going to be in the middle of the necklace. It's not going anywhere. So there we go. And then we'll come in with another crimp. And then I'm gonna do my little crystal. Do I want to put, we'll see. Do I want to put a daisy between the crystal and the, I think I do. Put my beautiful cube on. Gosh, I love these so much. My next daisy, and then a crystal, and then a crimp. And then we'll figure out where we want that in relation to the bead that I just added. I'm just going to go up a little bit and then do that crimp bead. You almost don't need one right here because it'll stay in place by gravity, but I want this to be a little bit more regimented than some I've seen. Some the beads will move around and that's fun, but I don't really want the beads moving around on this one. So I'm just going to go up a little bit and squish. Hold that in place and squish. And there we go. So you're going to see how these are going to start layering together. Next, we'll go with just a crimp, my red bead, and another crimp. And this one I'm just going to move away a little bit because we're going to run out of room if we don't do them a little close together. But you can absolutely just have them very spaced apart. Squeeze, squish. There you go. Okay. And then I'm just going to keep doing that for the rest of the beads here. And then I'm going to do these 2 strands and then we'll design the last 2 and then we'll assemble everything. Okay, I have my 3 that I've finished off to the side. It does take quite a bit of time to make sure that you get them in the right spaces. Another way to do this without having to measure or eyeball the spaces you need between your beads, just do random patterns. You could just put random beads throughout your string and it's still going to look really, really good. I think I'm going to make a bracelet to go with this. I don't think it's going to be like the illusion look, but we need a bracelet that matches, obviously. Duh. Or even a couple bracelets. So, all right, I just need 2 more. Actually, I will just put these on here so you can see what they're looking like. And then once these are hanging, they'll start, gravity will start doing its thing. Like right now, the wire's looking a little wonky, but it will look good once it's all hanging together. And then once, if I hang it up and like store it hung up, it'll straighten itself out. But look how pretty these 3 strands look together. I mean, you could just do 3 strands. I really want a bold necklace, so I'm doing 5. So one's 24 inches, one's 23 and a half, one's 23. Now I'm going to do 22 and a half and then 22. I think we'll go with, let's see. I don't know. I'm just gonna start putting stuff on here. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, let's see. I need 1 more of these cubes. And then I'll just go ahead and do the exact same thing. I just wanted you to see the pattern in case you were wondering or wanted to remake it for yourself. You can always pause it and keep it right there. I'm going to put I'll just do my stringing thing and I'll come back and show you how we're going to put everything together. Okay, I have my 5 strands. I have 2 regular crimp tubes and then 2 easy crimps. Easy crimps I get from Bead Shop as well. So before I finish this necklace off, I wanted to say if you don't have a ton of crimps like I do, and I've gotten these over the years, I don't really buy them in bulk, but you can find less expensive crimps on Amazon, and those are the ones that I would probably use for this project, because you don't need like really expensive nice crimps for this type of project. They're not holding a lot of weight. They're really just keeping beads in place. If you don't want to do that, another look that would be similar is if you just used seed beads all the way between each bead, and it kind of gives that illusion look, especially if you're using like clear seed beads or something. Or you could do knots. If you're using soft flex, you can knot soft flex and just do knots next to each bead. So it's kind of, you know, up to you. You can change the design any way you'd like. So I'm going to take my 5 strands. I don't really care what order they're in, because this necklace is about getting a lot of the beads hanging next to each other. So I'm just going to grab my strands, one end, line them up, and, you know, inevitably each bead's not going to be in the exact same place on each side of the necklace unless you're measuring with precision, and I certainly wasn't. This took a long time to do. And I'm just going to grab each of my 5 strands and line them up on one side. I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. We're going to have some wonkiness on the other end, but I'll trim it. And then I'm just going to take those 5 strands. I'm hoping I can get 5 through one of these crimp tubes. If not, we will figure it out. And I'll just crimp onto a jump ring. But this was the way that I really wanted to do it because it was going to be a little bit easier. But now that I'm thinking about it, 5 through 1 crimp tube might be a bit much. Yeah, I think we're maybe going to get 3 or 4 through there. But 5, so there's 3. I don't know. These are Beadsmith. I don't know where my soft flex crimps are. There's 4. Eee. Let's see, can we squish a fifth one in there? Maybe. Yeah, I think, oh, I got it. I did it. Okay, so I'm going to get 5 in there. I'm going to try and line them all up again. They're pretty close to being lined up. And then I'm going to move that that crimp up a little bit. And I'm just going to flat crimp that. Actually, I can fold it, crimp. It really doesn't matter here. I'm just going to fold it. 1. So squish. And squish. And squish. And then I'm just going to pick one of these and leave it out. And then I'm going to trim the other 4. So I'm just going to take my wire cutters, cut those other 4 off. We've got 1 piece left. There's a little bit of a burr on this guy, so I'm going to try and trim that off. And then I will use this to crimp onto a jump ring and clasp. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side, put all 5 pieces through here, and crimp. Okay, so I have both sides done. I'm going to slip on one of my easy crimps. And then I'm going to come around a jump ring. I want to make sure that jump ring's closed. That. And then we'll put the other one on our clasp. I already checked to see if the clasp works. I always do that. And then we'll just crimp around our jump ring. So I'm going to put my easy crimp on, my jump ring, You can use a wire guard here, whatever you want to do, and then come back down through your crimp. All right, and then I'm going to pull this. There we go. And with these easy crimps, all you need to do is get that little plunger right here, see it, into one of your rounded, I'm going to go in the largest rounded part of my crimping pliers. And I'm just going to squish down as hard as I can and get that plunger in flush. It's not going to be completely flush, but it's very close. And then I'll just trim my wire here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. You can do it with flat pliers. It's just easier with the rounded crimping pliers. There we go. Squish and trim. Just think about like all the different colors of soft flex there are out there. There's purple, pink, red, green, turquoise. You can match your project or your wire to your beads that you're using. So if you're using amethyst, use a purple wire. It'd be so much fun. Here's our necklace. It's so pretty. I love all the strands. I'll put it on my mannequin, of course, but it's just a fun, free form necklace, and you can make it as fussy as you want. I wanted something that was more clustered, it's about the thought of the beads itself, not the actual patterns. And I think those cubes just like really made the whole look so pretty. I want to do a really quick bracelet. So I have the turquoise jasper. My spacers. My red jasper. And a couple of three of these hearts. 4 of those hearts. And we're just gonna make a strung bracelet. Put on my spacer. A couple of these cubes. Winging this. Another spacer, a red, another spacer, 2 more cute and 2 more turquoise. Another spacer, and then we'll do a heart. And I'm going to make sure all my hearts face in the same direction. 2 more jasper. A red. Actually, do another heart. Another heart. Two more jasper. Then I'm going to do the red jasper. And then we'll see how long it is. Not long enough for my wrist, so that's okay. I'll do another red on either side. Cut this off my spool. I'll put another one of these spacers on either side, and then I'll put on a clasp. I'm going to use a toggle. Just my preferred thing for bracelets because it's easier for me to do it one-handed. Use my easy crimps Of course, I'll link to those as well. And I'm not going to use a jump ring here. I'm going to just put my easy crimp on, my clasp, come back through my easy crimp. And squish. Move everything down. This was an easy, simple, fast bracelet, but it's super pretty because of all those stones. So if maybe the necklace wasn't your jam, this bracelet, you can coordinate this with any of the gemstones that are at their site. All right, and then we'll come through our clasp. Come through a couple of these beads. And of course, we don't want to do this in a straight line. So I'm going to grab the tail, grab my clasp, and pull. And it's going to be tight, but this is going to be rounded. It's not straight line. It's giving us some give so we can wear it as a bracelet and not have it look funky. Okay, squish. And then we'll trim this. 5-minute bracelet, but super gorgeous. And there we go. Super pretty. Look at that. I like it with the red on top, but with the little hearts, too cute. So I could do another, I could do 2 or 3 more, and it'll echo my layered look with the necklace. A cute little earring would just be a heart with a spacer, a little cube. You can even put another spacer on top. Get an ear wire, or not an ear wire, head pin. Actually, put Daisy up there. And I'm not going to do a wire wrap. I'm just going to, well, yeah, actually, I'm going to do a wire wrap. Hold on to that, grab the end, and wrap it around. I'm just going to do it once. So a cute little dangle. You could even make these dangles and hang it throughout your necklace too. So a comprehensive tutorial today. Necklace, earrings, bracelet. I'm super happy with all of them. Let me know what you think. Let me know what color combo you're thinking of making, and check out all these awesome cubes at Beauty and the Bead Shop. You can save 30% off your first and second orders if you haven't already used their coupon, which is discount 30. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. Bye-bye. You crying? Is your baby? You crying? You were. Where's your baby? He's your baby? He's your mommy's baby?